Okay, folks, pay attention closely. I'm going to connect the date that Israel was established, May 14th, 1948, to my two predictions about Elvis and Seattle, and also my other prediction about Trump getting his head wound. Watch and be amazed. So you see the date that Trump is born? June 14th. So the year that Trump was born, 1946, if you start from the first day of the year up to Trump's birthday, 6/14, it's 5 months, 14 days. You see those numbers? 5/14. You see that? 5/14 is when the state of Israel was founded. And interestingly enough, from Trump's birthday, 1946, the day he was born, to the day that Israel was founded, is 700 days or 701 days. I mean, no, not that big of a deal, but I'm just showing a few things connecting them. And I showed you Trump was born in June, right? And June, look at this first row right here. Look at this. For the word June, it's 5014 right here. You see that? The zero doesn't count. 514. 514. Which leads back to the date Israel was founded, 5/14. And Trump was the president when they moved the embassy to Jerusalem, the U.S. embassy, on 5/14. You see that, 2018, on the 70th anniversary of Israel. And remember how I showed you that June has the 5/14 in it? Interestingly enough, so does the word snake. And Trump loves to do that snake poem. Look, 5/14. And I told you guys, in the word Elvis, in the name Elvis, the EL, when you separate it, because you're supposed to separate it, because EL means God in Hebrew. So if you separate the letters, you have VIS left. And you see what VIS equals? 5014. 5/14. You see what I'm saying? And you know why I have it written like this? Those three letters? Sorry about that. Somebody left me a message. You see these, the way I have the letters, VIS now? I have the VI because VI in Roman numerals is the number 6. So it's sixes. The S, is implying there's more than one 6. So Elvis would be the EL 6s. Do you get it? This is what it's implying. The VI is 6, and the S is more than one 6. 6s. It could be either 66 or 666. Elvis's name. And speaking of Roman numerals, how do you write 666? Is DCLXVI. Now watch. So DCLXVI, this is what it equals. So this is 666 in Roman numerals, right? So it's 7429, 8834. And you know what equals this exact same thing? The word Jewish. Jewish equals 7429, 8834. You see? And by the way, the 162nd day of the year is June 11th, the day I'm telling you Seattle's going to get struck and somehow Elvis manifests. But anyway, so Jewish equals 666, the DCLXVI in Roman numerals. So I want you to pay attention to this, 7488. So you see the 7488 number that I just showed you that equaled 666 in the word Jewish? So look at this, 74,088, 7488. That's from the day that Washington, that Washington's birthday is celebrated, February 22nd, 1732. And this is Elvis's birthday, the day he was born. Okay, I've shown this information before, but I'm going to connect it all. You'll see. So remember, 7488 is the 666 and the Jewish word. And it goes all the way up to Elvis's birthday. You see that? From Washington, who is known as the father of our country. You understand? Elvis is the chosen one. I'm trying to make you understand this. Okay, up to January 8th. Not including, but up to it. It's 7488. You see what I'm saying? Jewish equaled 7488. Just like 666 in Roman numerals equaled 7488. The same as the word Jewish. And Elvis's dad, his name is Vernon. He's got the exact same numbers, but backwards. 7429 was over here and 8834 was over here for the word Jewish and 666. See, Vernon has the backwards. Elvis's dad. Anyway, the reason I was showing you Washington to Elvis is because of the 666 connection to these numbers, right? And also because Washington, like I said, is known as the father of our country, which is absolute blasphemy anyway, calling him the father. But let's see from Washington's birthday to the day that Israel was founded. So check this out. Like I said, from Washington's birthday, the day he was born, well, they celebrated on this day, because it was changed from February 11th, 1731 to this date. Anyway, from that date to the day Israel was founded, look at this. 216 years, 2 months, 22 days. Okay, it's got the 222 in it, just like Washington's birthday. Okay, and right now it's 2022, and also the 216. And the 216 is 8/4, August 4th, the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday. 216th day of the year is August 4th. And do you think it's a coincidence that George Washington became a master mason on August 4th, 1753? August 4th, like I said, is the 216th day of the year. And look at this. It says Fredericksburg. Trump's dad's name's Frederick. And Trump's father's name is Christ. Okay? Donald Trump's father's middle name is Christ. Okay, you think that's a coincidence? You're crazy. And Donald Trump's father's mother, she died on 6/6/66. Can you believe this? And her real name was Christ, her maiden name. You see, that's where Fred Christ Trump got his name. And Donald's mother's name is Mary. Can you believe this? And his father has the Christ in his name. Ridiculous. By the way, I showed this information years ago, but I have to re-show it right now to connect it to the new information that I'm about to show you. So remember, I showed you that the word Jewish equaled the same as the Roman numerals DCLXVI, which is 666 in Roman numerals. Anyway, so Jewish equaled 74. Forget about this row right now. 7429. Okay, these are the forward numbers, this is the backwards, and these are the totals. So 7429 for the word Jewish. So let's see how the founding date of Israel connects to my two predictions this year. So I told you on August 4th, Trump gets his head wound. So from the day Israel was founded to August 4th, 2022, which is the 222, is 74 years, 2 months, 22 days. Okay? It's got the 222 in it, and it's got the 74, which equaled the word Jewish, which equaled DCLXVI, which is the 666 in Roman numerals. And here's the really perfect, numbers. Watch. So from the day Israel was founded to this year, 611, the day I'm telling you that somehow Elvis becomes a part of this spectacular event in Seattle. Let's see what the numbers are. Look at that. 74 years, 29 days. That's exactly what the word Jewish and DCLXVI, which is a 666 in Roman numerals, equaled. 7429. And look at that. 888 months. 888. You see that? Or you could say 88 and 829. 829 was the old date on the Julian calendar of 9/11. 9/11 was 829, the date. Anyway, it's the 7429 that I'm talking about on the 611 this year. You see what I'm saying? And the word Jewish has to do with the state of Israel. Do you understand? Israel is a Jewish state. Get it? 514 it was founded, the state of Israel. And Jewish equals 7429. Do you not understand what I'm trying to show you here? And you know this 611 event that I'm telling you about that connects to Elvis, it's going to be a water event. And I told you Elvis equals water. And you have the word sea in Seattle, right? And Elvis was known as the king, and Seattle's in King County, okay? Like I said, it's going to be some type of water event that happens. And you know what's interesting? That the last time that there was an attack by water, which had to do with the United States, was in Pearl Harbor, but Hawaii was not a state then. Hawaii became officially a state in 1959. And by the way, the word pearl equals the word devil. But it equals a lot of things, so don't pay attention to that. For the people whose name is Pearl, don't worry about it. It doesn't mean anything. But anyway, so you had the Devil Harbor, Pearl Harbor event that happened. Look at that. It happened on December 7th, 1941. Let me show you how this event connected to Elvis, this water event. Oh, and before I show you that, remember, this was a U.S. naval base that got attacked. Okay, so it's connected to U.S. water attack. And Seattle is going to get attacked, and I told you that's going to connect with water, right? And Elvis equals water. Now remember the date. So from Elvis's birthday, the day he was born, to the day that Pearl Harbor was attacked, this water event, look at that. 6 years, 11 months exactly. The 6/11. Do you understand what I'm showing you? Because I'm telling you that Seattle's going to get struck on 6/11. And Elvis's favorite vacation spot was Hawaii, He loved Hawaii. He even did his biggest concert in Hawaii, Aloha from Hawaii, and he even made a movie called Blue Hawaii. Anyway, I'm just trying to show you that what's the chance this Pearl Harbor event was 6 years, 11 months after Elvis was born, the 6/11. Now let's see from this date, this Pearl Harbor date, to 6/11 this year. Let's see what we get. So there's nothing really spectacular about it. So from Pearl Harbor, the day it happened, to this year, the one I'm telling you, Seattle's going to get struck. But look at this. See, there's nothing, it's not that big of a deal, but look, it's the same numbers as the word Jewish. 7429, 7429, you see? And I told you, Jewish equals DCLXVI, which equals 666 in Roman numerals. All right, 7429. Okay, folks, listen, I'm not done. I have one more thing to show you, which should seal the deal for you, which should make you, understand that this is going to happen. But just remember, these are my two predictions, okay? Because Elvis and Trump are the devil twins. Oh, actually, I have two more things to show you, but I thought I would just throw this in there. So, you see the word Israel, and I just got the EL in it, like I told you. EL means God. Anyway, forget about this back row right here. Just look at this first row right here, 64, 28, 92 for Israel, 64, 28, 92. Interestingly enough, the word needles equals 64, 28, 92. And why am I showing you that? Because Elvis and Trump are the twin needles. Because twin needles, look at this. I told you Elvis and Trump are the twin needles. Twin needles equals the exact same as serpent seed. Serpent seed equals the exact same as twin needles. You see? And interestingly enough, if you just look at this first row right here, 130, 49, 179, that equals the exact same as Washington, only the first row, 130, 49, 79, you see? And I told you guys that Washington equals the exact same as the word the serpent, you see? Everything's the same as Washington. Anyway, I got sidetracked here. Let's get back and show you hundreds of more things, but let's get back to what the most important information. Watch. So Elvis, he died on August 16th, 1977. Like I said, I'm going to seal the deal for you guys here, but just listen carefully. So from the day Israel was founded, May 14th, 1948, to the day Elvis died, okay, first of all, look at that. It's 3 months and 3 days. There's your 33, right? Which is the number of ascension. Anyway, look at this. It's 29 years, okay? And remember, Jewish equaled 7429. And also DCLXVI, which is 666 in Roman numerals, equal the same as Jewish. And it was 29 years, right? And then from May 14th to 2022, this year, it's going to be 74. So you have the 7429 coming up. Do you get it? You remember I showed you this earlier. From the day Israel was founded to June 11th this year, the day I'm telling you Seattle's going to get struck, is 74 years, 29 days. And I just showed you Elvis died 29 years after Israel was founded. And then I'm telling you Elvis is going to somehow manifest his name, his number, or the image of, his image, I don't know, the number of his name, whatever, is going to somehow manifest after the spectacular event in Seattle. And it's 74 years, 29 days, exactly what Jewish equals? Come on, folks. And like I said, Elvis died 29 years after. Hold on, I'm not even done yet. Okay, I'm just connecting, Elvis's death date to June 11th, the day Elvis resurrects. And before I show you the mind-blowing info, I just want to remind you what I showed you in the past, that from Elvis's death date to this year, June 11th, when when his image somehow manifests again after the spectacular event in Seattle. Look at this. It's 16,370 days, or if you add that day, it's 16,371. But the 16, I told you how important it is because Elvis was born in the first month, Trump's born in the 6th month. The 16, Elvis died in the 16th state, Tennessee. And 37 means EL, which means God with a crown, the O. So it's the ELO with the 16. God 16. You understand? The devil twins, Trump and Elvis, the 1-6. And I told you that Vernon Presley, Elvis's dad, because he plays a huge part in this. This dude, started it all. He's born on 410, and actually 410 in the concordance means the word L, E-L. 410 in the Strong's Concordance. Anyway, look, he's got the 1916, which is the same numbers. You know, if you turned it upside down, 6116. I told you the 16 is super important. Anyway, the 19 or the 16 is super important. Anyway, so Vernon Presley was born in 1916, and when Israel was founded on 5/14, he was 42 years old. Okay, when Israel was founded in 1948, 42. And Elvis died at the age of 42. And Washington is the 42nd state. Okay, I keep telling you, everything is connected. Okay, now I'm going to reveal the important, information. So remember, I told you Elvis, from the day Israel was founded to the day Elvis died, and notice Elvis died on the 16th day too, 1/6 again. Anyway, from the day Israel was founded to the day Elvis died, I already told you about these numbers. Look at this. Watch and look how I connect this. Look at the numbers of how many days. 10687. 106, 87. Oh, before I show you that, notice that it's got that 16 number again. Okay? And the 8. And Elvis died on 8/16, right? 8/16/77. Look at that. If it had one more 7, it would have been 8/16/77. But look, it's 10687. And I told you this year is the year, okay? Vernon Presley this year turns 106 years old on April 10th. And Elvis turned 87 on January 8th this year. You see the numbers? 10687. 10687. 10687. From the day Israel was founded to the day Elvis died. You see what I'm talking about? Anyway, folks, like I said, I could go on. I have so much more to show about that, but it just would get lost in the shuffle, the information. It's too much. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, you're probably not going to grasp the magnitude of what I just showed. Anyway, these are the two predictions, remember. Don't get them mixed up, okay? Anyway, folks, end of video.